talk about that. Never.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Alright,
Shut up.
anyway, here
Playing the
is
clip.
today's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a long clip because it's like the
They're
same
doing better.
2 clips over and over again.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it.
Hey, sausage.
Whoa. Disgusting.
I don't know what I think
We
this is a good
don't
place
need to play the
pause.
whole thing. Just pause on the bit with the little fellas.
Oh, the little
because,
fellas.
I mean, they're really.
Sure. Yeah, that's why because it shows it does show both points really, and yeah, that's what we want to see. The little squids. So this was today's season 3 teaser. It is the 22nd of September. We got the squids.
We got that. Well, you keep calling them squids, right?
Oh no, it's just like the
of all,
opening out of the tentacles.
They are so
thing.
clearly parasites. They are basically identical to the ones already in the game, except they're just kind of built different.
Well, that's the thing, though. They're so similar. They're so similar, but they're not them. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they're either like an evolved version of them, or they are mutated, or they are different, but technically the same thing, so they just built them the same.
Yeah, I think they are different, probably. Anyway, so I guess these are a new enemy of sorts that we've been shown here. And these structures, they interest me, because we still don't know exactly what the kind of formatting is in terms of, is this something that you know you're going to encounter? As in, is it a warning or anomaly? Is there actually more than one structure? Or is it just a spawn point?
I mean,
these things
the thing is, looking at that, I'm honestly leaning towards neither. I think they're just going to be part of the game.
Ugh.
I think there's a chance that it's just going to be how it is now. That there's just going to be those, which I think will be fucking sick. Because also like that's probably like people will kind of like pull back. Because like the robots, no one really wants the robots all the time, but like they don't look like much really. Like it'll be just like an interesting little cool different patch of biome, and like maybe
you
some
saying
little
that,
enemies.
I guess my mini biome theory is as confirmed as it can be, because it just there's no real official definition for a mini biome because that's not a thing yet. So this is it. It's just a even if there's only one per mission, it's a location that differs in terms of the actual environment to the rest of the cave. So I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
You got it.
And the structures are very. There's a lot of things going on. There's like big balls. There's like little balls. There's like lights. There's like plants
It's like
and big
mist
structures. It's weird. I feel like
It
there's more
really-
to it than just than just what we've seen. Obviously,
It's very similar to if anyone actually had the misery of playing it, the Rainbow Six Siege like infection thing that it did. It made like a different game, Extraction, I think it was actually called, and it had that kind of thing, like a black mossy appearance, with like I don't know how to put it. Yellowy bits. It's the best way to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, and this is very, very similar to that in its design, which is pretty cool because it's a pretty cool design.
Yeah, and like I've got now. It's like the way it opens out, and they sort of jump around, and the fact that they look like parasites so much, and feel like parasites.
And they open up, which I find interesting.
Yeah, because I think they like latch
more
onto things.
Face grabbery, kind of thing. There might be, I don't know, they could add like a struggle. Maybe that's why you're wearing masks, so they don't crawl into your mouth or something. I
don't know. I don't know. I reckon they're probably going to like latch onto the other enemies or something, like control them, and that's how you would get a lot more variety out of. Because we don't know if there's going to be any other actual new enemies. It could just be these guys, just parasites, that just take over, And maybe there's stationary stuff, stationary hazards in these structures. Maybe it's in something turret-like, or at least
Maybe
just
that
general
mist
hazards.
is like poisonous as well.
Yeah, well,
That's-
that would help us get some cred for things we've said.
yeah,
I
gas
suppose.
mask, fume.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, though, I have got to admit the caustic mire is dead in a ditch.
Yeah.
That theory. The thing I was dead set on is it's dead.
I'd just point out I've got the part where it actually shows the structure in a bit more detail. It does look like there's I don't know, different facets to it. Maybe even like a core point. I don't know what's going on there exactly. I don't know if there's going to be an objective tied to this.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like something where you'd maybe get something out of it.
It is
get
assumed
rewarded for
that
it.
we are there are events, right? That there is going to be at least one seasonal event just due to like the script feature where you get the seasonal thing, which was a data cell, and bring it back and you get a script which rewards you for completing events. There is, unless they remove that feature, which doesn't seem like they would, that is just, there is going to be an event tied to this. And so it could be assumed that may be one of them. You have to enter the territory, and maybe, I think, we could be looking at a lot more stationary foes, or like environmental foes in that area. Like, well, first of all, the mist, the fog, maybe.
It looks very organic, doesn't it? Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you can imagine sort of tendrils and things that lash out at you but can't necessarily move, and they're all sort of the same kind of organism in total. I don't know, man, but it's pretty cool.
Basically,
and I guess we can confirm that these structures are obviously what was seen in the through the goggles. It's not a dragon.
Yeah.
The spiky shit on the right. You've seen the goggles teaser image. Yeah, it's this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's cleaned that up.
Yeah. Basically, they exposed a lot more than I thought they would. Normally, they like to keep things a bit hidden, but they just straight up showed it this time. This is just it, right?
Saw the dudes.
Which is why I think it's worth mentioning that those parasites they're saying something, but I think they're saving the actual like cool shit like they normally do. Like they never showed the nemesis or stuff like that.
I think
don't
it will
remember
be
the season
something a
one
little
trailers.
bit more like the thing.
Yeah, like maybe
not
next week.
Not the thing as in the movie. I mean, I feel like we haven't seen the thing yet.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll see that there's like I don't know, it's like just zooming in on like a Praetorian, like the back of a Praetorian, and then it like as we zoom in it turns around and like the parasite's sticking out of its face or something
Well,
like that.
I mean, that mechanic could be the thing as well. Something like that, because that would add a lot to the game.
Yeah, and I think it'd be interesting how that will actually like change the fight, because you would assume that it's not just gonna be like, okay, now there's an extra enemy on it that's not really doing anything. Like maybe the parasite will buff the foe, like the Praetorian, or like I don't know, give it health regen or just more health, a layer of health, something like that.
Yeah.
Point is, parasites, baby. Harry is having a field day.
Am I?
Well, yeah, you would parasites.
Oh yeah, the
didn't you?
parasites thing. Yeah, I forgot about that. And like it would have like big changes to like
think
all
we
biomes,
also-
like in the caves. There would
And
be
I think we also
apparitions.
mini biomes and parasites. You're on one. But I think we also need to make note
Boomerangs,
that
rollerblades.
if there isn't a voice line saying the parasites are as big as my arm, and we need to cancel Ghost Ship Games,
Right.
because it's just a fact.
Could be any one of us.
Yeah.
I've got parasites as big as my arm.
Yeah.
That one.
It's just a fact that they make references and they do the voice lines, and if they don't do this, they don't deserve to
Well,
to
it would
run
be
this
something
series.
like
We need to give it for 343.
that. What
someone more capable.
the shit? I beg your pardon.
Yeah. Now, to
I
keep
don't
this
know,
brief,
man.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I like these guys. There's no other
funky
sounds as well.
fellas.
Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
They make funny sounds.
Yeah, I'm into it.
That's
Thank
cool.
you all for watching.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's brilliant. Cool. And that's